Hi, my name is Tava Peterson. I'm a Silver Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I'm hoping some of my story will help somebody else with rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid about 15 years ago, and I knew very well what that diagnosis meant because my mother had rheumatoid very bad, and along with some other autoimmune diseases, and her quality of life was not good. She had extreme pain and was crippled from the rheumatoid, and eventually complications from that disease took her life at a very young age. And so I knew what was in store for me, and I knew that that's not where I wanted to go, but I didn't really know what to do about it. So I was able to keep things kind of at bay for about 10 years. And then 5 years ago, I started having extreme pain, extreme fatigue, could barely get out of bed some days, just really needed some help, and finally went to a rheumatologist again and got on some medication and received some help. But the medications have side effects. Once you kind of finish with one and it doesn't work anymore, you have to move up the ladder to the next one when you just keep going and going until you're really into some major stuff. And so I knew that that wasn't the route that I really wanted to take long term. I did some research. I looked into natural remedies, foods that you could eliminate. I was supplementing with some supplements that I knew would help, but I didn't seem to get any real relief. I also had a hysterectomy around 5 years ago, so I had gained some weight from all these things, so that meant my cholesterol was going up. I was having high blood pressure. There were just a lot of other health problems all kind of combining, and I started to wonder if this was the beginning of my decline in health in a serious way, and I was 50, not very old. So fast forward to now. A few months ago, several months ago, I was introduced to Plexus by a friend, and I had been watching a little bit on Facebook, and the real reason I wanted to start Plexus was for weight loss, because I knew I needed to lose weight. I knew that that would help my health journey, and so that was the reason that I started. And after being on Plexus for 2 months on Triplex, and I was good, I drank all my water, and I took all my pills, I did not lose 1 pound. And so I was a little bit frustrated and a little bit disappointed. However, I was having some other really kind of exciting things happen. One of them was I was sleeping through the night. That I hadn't done that for a long time, so my sleep was improved. My energy levels were really good. I wasn't craving the sugars. I wasn't running around the house looking for hidden chocolate. And the biggest thing was I was off Diet Coke. I had been a Diet Coke drinker for years, and I was off Diet Coke. Not because that was my intention, but because it just sort of happened. I just didn't crave it anymore. I didn't need it anymore. So that was a big reason for me to stay on Plexus, were those things. I knew it was doing me some good, and so I decided to be patient and let the process continue. In August, last summer, I had been researching all the products and learning about all the products in Plexus and really finding out how exciting and great everything really was. And I decided I needed ease. So at the end of August, I started a loaded dose of ease. 9 pills, 3, 3, and 3. And within a month, I had some big changes. I had my movement in my joints was way better. I could tell inflammation in my hands. I could close my fists, and my rings were loose. My wedding ring was loose instead of tight. I could get out of bed in the morning and be ready to go and not have to hobble around the house for a little bit until I could kind of stand up straight and get going. I really could tell a huge difference. The biggest difference was a knee. I had a really bad knee. I'd had surgery on it and problems with it for years, but it was always swollen, always inflamed, always a problem, and it was going down. The inflammation in just my knee was reducing, and I could straighten it all the way. I could walk on it. It was changing in a positive way, and I was super excited about my knee. I had a rheumatology appointment on October 9th. So I started ease at the end of August. October 9th, I had a blood test. Always on my blood tests, I'm looking for inflammation to get below a 10. In all the years I've been going to the rheumatologist and all the drugs I've been on, my inflammation's never been a 10. It's always hovered in the teens, you know, up and down. But my goal was always to get it below a 10, and I hadn't been able to do that. I mean, I was drinking teas and all these funky things trying to get my inflammation rate down. Got my blood test, and on October 9th, the email popped into my computer. I opened up my email, looked at my test results, and my SED rate, my inflammation rate, was a 6. A 6. I could not believe it. It was the most wonderful thing ever. I was just beyond ecstatic. Took a picture, sent it to my husband, and I've been telling everybody about it since. It was really, truly happening in my blood. My blood knew that I was feeling good. So that was great. In November, I went to my primary care physician, had my cholesterol tested because he wanted to put me on statins. And I couldn't even tolerate the statins. I had to go off of them because they made my body hurt everywhere so badly. So I had to go off statins. My bad cholesterol had dropped 35 points. And I know that was all Plexus. There's nothing else I've changed. I haven't been able to change anything else. Plexus lowered my cholesterol 35 points. It's the only explanation. So now I am just feeling better and better every day. Oh, and weight loss. Ta-da! When I started ease, it like turned a key or something in my body, and my body started to lose weight. And so after now, I've already dropped 20 pounds, 20 inches. I'm down 2 sizes. I feel fantastic. I'm getting off my medications. I've stopped most of my rheumatoid medications, and I'm just slowly weaning off of all of them because I know that Plexus is the answer. Gut health is where it's at, and I'm super, super grateful for this wonderful blessing in my life every day. Thanks.